So we're recording now, and I just, another coach had posted that they're doing like live power hours for their teams. And so I thought it would be really helpful, not only to keep myself accountable, but to, share with my team how I do a power hour. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And then if you think of any questions, any of you, after or during, like, feel free to interrupt me. That's totally fine. So real quick, so when I sit down to do my power hour, I have a daily checklist, and it's taken me a really long time to kind of figure out what I do in my power hour to make it most effective. I'm going to mute you guys, and then okay, so if you need to unmute yourself to ask something, just go ahead and do that. But yeah, let me pull up my daily checklist real quick, and that way we have a little order to what we're doing. Okay. So daily checklist is right here. So every single day, and this checklist is based off of the hi Renee, I'm gonna mute you. If you have any questions, feel free to interrupt. I'm just doing my power hour, so it's nothing formal, so feel free to unmute yourself and talk. So here's can everyone see this? Renee, can you see this? Just nod. Can you see my screen? Yeah. Okay. So for example, this is based on the reverse engineer goal of me wanting to make $2,000 per week this time next year. And so I've been doing this every single day. But the first one is 2 invites to the challenge group. And this is daily. 2 invites to the business opportunity, follow up with 8 people a day, have 4 new conversations with new people, re-engage with 4 people. And this is just a bonus, is add 14 names to the hammer and chisel waiting list. So this can be people that say no to you or give you objections. You can add them to this list. So I'm going to start working. Okay. And I'm kind of getting over a cold, so if I'm a little snotty, then that's why. Let me move this over. So I don't always do it in order, but let's just say I'm going to do it in order today. So 2 invites to the Beachbody Challenge group. I talked to a lot of people, obviously, so I've been forming a lot of people, so I'm just gonna pick someone that I want to invite. So there's this girl, Regina, and she's actually a veteran. It looks like I already invited her to the coach sneak peek, if you can see that, and she didn't say anything back to me. So let me go onto her Facebook real quick. So I'm just going to message her and say, hi girl, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your service. Hope you're having a great day. So it might not be appropriate to invite her since I already invited her to the coach sneak peek. So let me do this. I'm just going to find someone to invite. And these are all the new friends that I've added in 2015. I just have a list of them. And so I'm going to go through that news feed. Let's see. This chick. Okay. Let's see if we have any mutual friends. I want to make sure she's not a coach yet. It doesn't say we have any mutual friends. So I'm going to send her a message. Doesn't look like we've talked before. She lives in British Columbia. So I'm just okay. So normally I don't cold invite people. I don't know how everyone else feels about that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Because why not? So this is my team group, and I'm just gonna find a script that I use for cold inviting. I wanted to ask you, because I'm throwing together this end of the year resolutions fitness group and your name kept popping into my head. Can I give you more details about this group to see if you'd like it? So that's what I'm going to send her. So that's my one invite for today. So I'm going to send that to her, and let's go find someone else to invite. So I'm going to go back to my new friend list of 2015. This lady's already a coach. Brittany Lucas. I feel like she's a coach. No, she's not. So we have one mutual friend. I'm going to message her. So it looks like I just randomly added her. So I'm going to say, hi, Brittany. If I spell her name correctly. Hi, Brittany. How's your morning going? So you can see that sometimes you have to work a little bit harder. If like someone isn't online right away and doesn't reply to you, then that might not count as your invite. If you only do have like 1 hour to work your business, then you're going to have to keep talking to people and, pick up where you left off when they reply to you. So let's go back to my little news feed. Okay, so she said no to me once. She's trying to conceive. So she's not really trying to work on her fitness right now. Felicia Hummer. I have no idea who this chick is. I probably added her. Doesn't look like we have any mutual friends. Let's see if I can figure anything out about her. She worked at a cinema. I don't know where that's located. So I'm going to go through her photos real quick. Okay, looks like she does some modeling. She has tattoos. Okay, so that looks pretty portioned out. She might be a coach, so I should be careful. You guys are probably like, I'll probably invite someone and one of you will like know them and they'll probably be a coach on Set Your Soul on Fire. Hopefully I don't do that. Ended my day at the gym. Okay, cool. Look, so she works out. She might be a coach. Okay, like, can you guys still see my window? Okay. I'm just gonna say on her photo, you look great, girl. Get it. She looks like she'd be a good coach or someone who would be on our team. Okay. Portioned out. Oh, I think I've talked to her before because I liked her lipstick. I'm just gonna message her and ask her if she's a coach. Have I talked to her? I tried to. Looks like she lives in Tennessee. You know what I'm gonna do? And I do this sometimes if someone doesn't reply to my message right away, I post on their timeline, and I usually post on their timeline, and I'll ask them like, "Hey, do you have Messenger?" Because some people don't have Facebook Messenger downloaded on their phone. So I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, Felicia, do you have Facebook Messenger?" And I'm just gonna post that on her timeline and move on. Okay, so going back to, I still need to get one invite in to the challenge group. Let's see. Okay, so this lady, she's my hairstylist. She's drinking Isogenics or something, so I already tried with her, and she's pretty content. This lady, Sarah Lozano, okay, she has something about PCOS on her cover photo. She lives in Shreveport. Okay, I totally know who this chick is. So I'm so glad I randomly found her. This lady, ironically, this is an example of forming wherever you go. So when I was in Shreveport, Louisiana with my boyfriend, one of the chauffeur drivers who, one of the chauffeur drivers at the hotel we were staying at, I started talking to him. I started talking to him about Beachbody, and because he was asking me what I was doing, and he told me he was getting married and he wanted me to add his fiance on Facebook. And I tried messaging him a bunch, but it just, like, I forgot about it. I didn't follow up with it. So this is her. This is the chauffeur's fiance the chauffeur that I met in Shreveport, this is his fiance, and they want to get in shape for their wedding in March or May or something. So I'm gonna, I don't know if she knows who I am, but I'm just gonna start commenting on her pictures. Just gonna be like, you are so gorgeous. I don't know what else I should say. Love that necklace. Okay. And so she has PCOS. I'm just gonna like that photo. Okay, so it looks like she's really into style. There's there's my chauffeur driver right there. I don't know how to message her because it's kind of like, you know, I don't want it to seem like something, I don't know, whatever, I'm just gonna do it. Hi girl, how's your day going? And you know what, just to save some time, I'm just gonna tell her about my fitness group that I'm doing, end of the year resolution fitness group. Would you like, okay, I'm gonna invite her. So that's my 2. And then Brittany Lucas, she was the one who I had one mutual friend with. She messaged me back. She said, horrible, laugh aloud, one thing after another. I am so sorry to hear that. Are you working today? So part of the power hour is like things don't always go as planned, and there might be a lot of forming that you do to get your invites in. And that's all part of like, this would be considered a new conversation. Or this would be considered re-engaging in a new conversation because I had already messaged her before. And so I was just like, asked her a question. I asked her how her morning was going. So that counts as re-engaging with someone. And according to my checklist, I have to do that, with 4 different people? Re-engage with 4 people, pick up an old conversation. So this would be an example. So hopefully we can move it into an invite here in a second. It's one of my coaches. Okay, so let's go through my inbox. And so I showed you how to invite to the challenge group. I can go ahead and show you how to invite to the coach opportunity. Does anyone, I'm gonna unmute everyone. And if there's anything in particular that you want me to show you how to do, can you ask? Or Natalie or Renee, you can type it or ask it.
I'm not really sure I know how to type. Yeah, I think I haven't been focused on, since I haven't been focused on my daily activities, I haven't been just forming people and getting to know like what their needs are and stuff and where they might be dissatisfied, where I could fill something in, like give them some value with the coaching opportunity. So I haven't figured out how to approach talking to somebody about it. That's where I always freeze up.
Okay, no, that's a good question because my team asks me that a lot and a lot of people ask me. So
I feel like I should know because I've been around for so long, but I just haven't practiced it. So I'm not necessarily good at it yet, you know?
I hear you. Okay. Natalie, do you or Renee have any questions, or should I do that?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you because I feel like my approach kind of is weird, sort of.
Yeah. And Renee, do you have any questions?
No, I mean, I kind of have troubles on my invites, like I'll form, but I'll never invite. So.
Okay, I do that too sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll start forming with someone, and then if it doesn't move quickly, then I'll just go into someone I've already formed and kind of show you how to bridge that gap to like start talking about the products or the coach opportunity, whatever happens first. So let me just go into my inbox real quick. Okay, so people. So here's a girl, Courtney Kraft, that I've been talking to, and I've been kind of weird lately, and I've been talking a lot to like the girls I went to high school with, like the popular girls who, you know, obviously like that doesn't matter anymore, but they seem to have a lot of friends. So my thought was like, you know, maybe I could find one of them to be a coach and they could kind of like take over that market because I'm not really friends with a lot of people I went to school with. And I feel like not a lot of people know me or remember me. So I've been kind of trying to do that, which is a little weird for me because I don't really like have a lot in common with them. But I think they remember who, like, my name. So I've been forming a lot of like the high school girls I went to school with. So this chick, I started forming her. And so talking about like being really awkward or not knowing how to approach it, I pull whatever I can. So like I said, I didn't feel like I had a lot in common with this chick. I'll go ahead and show you her Facebook profile. Here she is. I mean, she has a beautiful cover photo. And so I was like, wow, she's a little outdoorsy. And I mean, look at this. Like, this isn't anything I could relate to. Like, she's having like PAPS, like Jello shot parties, and like she's in college still. But like, you never know. You know, I'm trying to invite my whole friends list, and like maybe she's dying to like not feel like crap anymore. I don't know how she feels. Yeah, like I don't really know. So I went ahead, and the only thing I saw is somewhere on when I was messaging her, I noticed it told me what her occupation was. So it says leasing agent at some property company. And so she was like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, I'm doing well, thanks. I had no idea what to ask her. So I was just like, I wanted something. I feel like the best way to like move forward quickly is you have to ask something that has a little, that is a little more concrete than like small talk, right? So something that they'll reply back to. Because when someone asks me like, hi, how's your day going? Oh, good, I'm great. Like, what are you doing today? Or how was your weekend? Like, I'm not always, if I don't already have a relationship with that person, I'm not always going to like respond to them. Not because I like don't like them or think they're weird. I just, like, I don't really like small talk like that. If I don't have a relationship with them, I'm just gonna be like, okay, I might forget about it. So anyway, I messaged her and I was like, how are you? I saw that you were a leasing agent. I almost got into that. How do you like it? Which I did. I had this, when I was 17, I applied to this like leasing agent position knowing that you had to be 18 to do it. But I don't know. I didn't want them to know I was only 17 because I wanted to like be able to live at this apartment complex for free. And so I related to that because that really happened. And so I asked her how it was. She said it has its ups and downs, but she enjoys it for the time being. So it looks like she's like kind of complacent, but going through the motions. I asked her how she landed that position. And there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm saying. You know, I'm just like talking. And I was like, do you live there as well? And she says her mom owns the company, so she does the accounting and leasing. Unfortunately, she does not get a discount on rent, but it's still nice managing the home that she lives in. So she like lives on site, so that's nice. And she asked if I was in the Boise area. See what I mean? Like we went to school together. She doesn't even know like that I lived there. And I was like, yeah, I was born and raised in Boise. I moved to Portland when I turned 18. And she didn't say anything because I obviously like ran off and didn't ask her a question. So I asked her how her week was going. She said, it's been pretty good. How's yours been? And this was last night. And I said, great, just got back from a documentary. It was amazing. She probably was like, okay. So I'm just going to invite her. So you can see like it doesn't have to be like, I feel like newer coaches or like in the past, I'd be like, okay, like how can I start talking to her again? And maybe we can get into the, Beachbody stuff. But I don't really know when that's going to happen. So maybe this will like bring us together and this might open up a conversation. So sometimes you might invite someone and then you go back to forming because all of a sudden they're like, yeah, I really, they'll give you something to work with. So I'm going to send that to her. And I don't think that's weird, and I don't really care if it is. But so let's go back to Brittany. So this is a girl who I just randomly added because we had one mutual friend. And, yeah, so we haven't really talked much. But I go, are you working today? She's a stay-at-home mom. She's been trying to unpack since she just moved. So this is perfect because when you start talking to people, they give you things you can work with. So, like, automatically she says stay-at-home mom. I'm thinking, okay, like she would be an awesome coach because she could work the business a lot. So, okay, forming, I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I'm just going to say, oh, nice. Moving is fun. with a little tongue out face because it's not. Where did you move from? And we'll get into, I'm going to invite her to the challenge group soon. I can just feel it. So that'll probably move quickly. Let's see. Why isn't this scrolling? Okay. So I'm going to show you, it says my internet connection isn't stable. Hopefully that's a lie. So this girl, Brittany Beaner, we went to school together. I don't know what's wrong with her, but she said she needed my help, and we've talked a ton. Like you can see there's 90 messages. So workouts or nutrition guide, like I tried doing the 5-step invite process with her, and we fell off somewhere. So she's sick of being unhealthy and tired. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys a question before I move on, because this is part of like the 5 steps of inviting. So does that make sense as far as forming goes?
Yeah.
Let's see how it's done. Does anyone want any more examples, or can we move on to something else?
I think that was good.
Okay.
Do you?
I think where I struggle is like, okay, you've been around me, so I can start conversations with anyone in person. I talk to everyone. I never meet a stranger. But what? I can't hear you.
Oh, I just said she does talk to everyone. She does.
But when it comes to being online, I totally shy up and I'm like analyzing what I'm typing. So I feel like I need to find a better way than messaging. Like I almost feel like voice messaging people would be better for me, but I'm just not sure. So I'm gonna have to like get better at messaging and feel like it's coming from a place of me speaking and not analyzing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. So I think like what I've realized is that you think you want to make sure you're doing it right. And the thing is, to me, is that there's no reason to really analyze it or make sure like you're doing it right, because you get better at this the more you do it, and like you find clarity when you take action. So that's what I've realized. But if sending people voice messages works better for you, that's fine. The only thing with that I've noticed is when I send people voice messages, sometimes they're not in a place where they can listen to it, and sometimes people aren't used to communicating that way like most of us do with each other, and so they'll like just message you back and they'll think, I don't know if it makes people I think you should be able to do both regardless. But Natalie, did you have a question?
Yeah. So I've been doing like Power Hour, like getting better at it, and I'm trying to. I read this thing the other day, and there was some conversation. Set Your Soul on Fire about switching over to email, so that you're not like sending a bunch of links through Messenger all the time, because you can get penalized for that, I guess, and also because people tend to like open up an email more, and like don't necessarily like just like drop off conversations like this and stuff. But since I've tried to do that, like I try to be like, oh, can I give you more information? What's your email? And they'll give me their email, and then I'll email them. And I've had a couple people just like not respond to it, which I'm like, whatever, that's how it goes. So I'm trying not to take it personally. But is that the way to do that? Like, what do you think about like switching over to email from Messenger? Because I feel like I have this problem where like when I'm forming and stuff, like it can go on for hours, like, and then I'm just like, okay. And then at the end of it, they're like, no, I could never do that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, no, that's really great. So, sorry, Jess. Okay, what?
Where I've used the scripts before, if it's on Facebook Messenger and I have to like edit it and stuff, I think I've made the mistake of like doing it in the message box, and then it like takes forever and they can see you typing, Right? I don't know.
You just pretend like you're typing, because all of a sudden it's like.
But then I just don't want somebody to see that I read it and didn't respond yet. I don't know. So.
Well, I mean, okay. So let me show you what I do in my inbox, because you're right. I do most of my stuff in my inbox, actually. The only reason this girl and I, Brittany, is because we've already, like, this girl, like, we've already done the whole email thing back and forth. So, like, this girl just needs to buy a challenge pack already. So, but normally I do that because, so if you look at my inbox real quick, you can just see all these names, like No Shit November, you know, all the subject lines. So this is what I normally do. And a majority, like I sent out maybe like 30 step 1 invites the other day, and you can see there's no new messages in my inbox. So I'll go ahead and show you what I do to follow up with people. And I've been trying new things, but I actually need to do that anyway. So let's go ahead and, so this girl, 21 hours ago. So it looks like, so we're on step 2, right? I sent her step 2. This was 21 hours ago. She still hasn't replied. I'm going to give the girl like a little more time. I think that's fine. This was some spam crap. Joe, Catherine. Okay. So look, I haven't responded to this woman. Her name's Catherine Lowe. We went to Unleash the Power Within together, and we reconnected on Facebook through a group. So I know she wants to lose weight. I know she's married. I think she's married. She has a wife, and okay, so I think she doesn't have enough money. So she goes, first off, I think you're awesome. I'm not going to take part in this challenge because I have other structures in place. I'm doing a whole foods plant-based program through Kaiser, and want to stick with that. I do have the 21-day fix videos, and I'm starting to do those again. I love them, but I'm sore. If I decide to get Shakeology, do you benefit if I order through you? Even though I'm not doing this group challenge, I still plan to follow you on Facebook. You're an inspiration girl. Best, Catherine. So here's what I'm going to do. So she has the 21-day fix videos. All right. So I'm just going to say, so this is like an example of how to handle an objection, right? So I'm going to say, hi, Catherine. And these are my favorite. Thank you so much for writing back to me. And let's see what step we left on. So I left off on the details, right? Step 3. And she heard about Shakeology, and I said paleo meal plan, which I totally shot myself in the foot because the whole like event that we went to was all about being vegan. So that was totally my fault. And most of the people from UPW have switched to vegan because of like Tony pushed that on us so much. So that was my fault. I should have edited that, but I could still save it. So thank you so much for writing back to me. Okay. That's great. You have the 21-day fix. And I'm just going to make something up. So I have another. Okay. So this chick is, it's frustrating because she made up another group. So I started this like post UPW 10-day challenge group for people who wanted to continue their like vegan journey or like their 10-day cleanse that Tony gave us. And then she created a like weight loss warrior group. So this lady would be a perfect coach, and she's already like doing everything that a challenger would do. But I think the Shakeology and the paleo meal plan threw her off. So I'm going to find a way to like bring that all back. So I'm going to say I have another, let me check my calendar real quick. So I have another group starting on, let's just say we're going to start it on Monday the 30th. I have another private group starting on Monday, November 30th, but I have to like think about this because she already has a group that she started. So it's not like she really needs that part right now. So I saw you started, okay. I saw you started a weight loss warrior group. This group will be for accountability with the 21-day fix. Do you have, and I'm going to say this, have you, and this isn't the scripts or anything, and this is kind of a different example, but have you completed the program before? And I am so sorry. Previously, I mentioned it came with a paleo meal plan. I have moved more towards a fish/plant-based diet since. So whatever, and that's true. I eat mostly fish now, and so she might still say no, but at least I'm leaving her with like the right information, so she's more inclined to like come back if she wants to. So I'll say I'm excited. Let's see. I already said I'm excited, so I'm going to say the Whole30 diet is amazing. I am feeling much better with less meat. And yes, I would get a benefit if you ordered through me. The Shakeology blend I drink is vegan and plant-based. Let me know if you like to work with me. You would get to be in a group of other ladies doing the same program. So I'm like giving her juice, you know, I'm telling her like what she's going to get, which she's not going to find in what she's doing on, you know, on her own. And she could still do those things in conjunction with like what I'm offering. And I really believe in Shakeology. So we'll be keeping each other accountable and taking progress photos each week to make sure we stay on track. So, and then if she goes into like actually wanting to do it, I'll sell her a challenge pack because it's only $10 more than Shakeology, maybe like 21 Day Fix Extreme, so she has something to graduate to. But whatever. So I think that was a pretty good response. So we only have a few minutes left. If you guys want to, well, we have about 6 minutes left. If you guys want to, we can, I don't know how everyone's time is, but if you want to, we can start up a new one and I could post the link and set your soul on fire again. And you can leave whenever, you know, if you guys have stuff to do, but we can just like keep going. So if you guys want to keep going, does anyone want to start a new call?
I have to leave for work in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So sorry, that's why I've been moving around.
Oh, no, you're fine.
But yeah, no, I think that helped a lot. I just need to stop being so damn scared.
Yeah, it's really easy.
It's really all it is. Yeah. And I need to sort out my Facebook list. Like we talked about before, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, so, I mean, I still, like, yeah, I mean, that's something that you could do, but I think the sooner you, like, start diving into the goals checklist, the better.
Yeah, I need to, I have so many people from Set Your Soul on Fire on my friends list, and, like, people from Amy's accountability group that have added me on as a friend, which is great, but I need to go through and sort, like, who am I wanting to talk to about coaching and fitness challenges, and who do I need to separate out into another. So, like you said, you only have your people that you're forming and stuff in your newsfeed, and you keep everybody else out. I think that's really smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so do you guys do that, Natalie and Renee? Do you have, when you go to your news feed, and you can't see mine, but when you go to your news feed, do you see that it's mostly coaches or mostly like challengers, like Amy's challengers?
No, I have so much bullshit in mine.
I have a lot of bullshit too.
I've been like unfollowing people like a motherfucker, but I need to replace those people. And I have a ton of new people from like adding the 10 every day. But I just, like this helps a lot because I don't know how to like, I just feel weird. Like, cause I've never been the kind of person to just start up conversations with people previous to this. So I feel like people are going to think I'm like a freak if I like all of a sudden I'm like, hey, you know, but I need to get over that. It's stupid.
Yeah, no, that's how mine was too. Renee, did you have anything?
Well, my newsfeed is mostly coaches. And I do have a question for you. When you do like the invites, do you usually do like people with like mutual friends, or do you, because I see you've had a couple that like you don't have any mutual friends with, how do you just find people and invite them? Or I mean, I know this is a silly question, but I usually invite people that are, or like add people that have mutual friends, and then they're all connected with people that I already talked to. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. So honestly, I mean, I've been a coach for 2 years, and most recently I've been adding people like so randomly that I don't know where I found them. They could have, like, lately what I've been doing is so I have a lot of like inspirational people that I follow that are outside of Beachbody, like authors, you know, just
Sorry.
and so I've been like being a total creep and going on some of those threads, like Danielle Laporte. I don't know if you know her, but she's a writer, and she had this thing that she posted, and there was just a bunch of really lovely comments. You know, I just really like the type of people that were engaging in this one particular thread. And she has a ton of followers, so there's like thousands or maybe like hundreds of comments. And I just literally like went through and read some of them, and the ones I liked, I just sent them a friend request. And I liked their comment, and I sent them a friend request. And so yeah, so some of those people could be from that, most likely that kind of situation. And you know, and then and I'll just start liking their stuff. And if I don't remember where I added them from, I don't get a lot of like, how do you know me? Or like, I've had that happen before. I've had like one girl from high school who was like, so and so said you knew, or my friend said you knew her, and then that girl messaged me and she's like, you don't know me, like be careful who you say who you know. And I was like, whatever, you know. So, and those girls ended up blocking me. So it doesn't happen that often, but those types of people that like are really offended and think it's weird are probably not people I want to be friends with anyway or on my team. But this is going to end, so I'm going to go ahead and end it and then post a new link, and that way other people could jump on, and if anyone else sees it, and then Jess can go to work.
Cool.
Bye.
Aw.